Can a thicker phone actually be a good thing? That's what many people are now asking after a new leak about Apple's upcoming iPhone 17 Pro Max. With the official launch expected in September, we're getting closer to seeing what Apple has planned, and one major upgrade is already making headlines. According to a post from a tipster named Instant Digital on the Chinese platform Weibo, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will come with a battery that has a capacity of 5,000 mAh, which would make it the largest battery ever in any iPhone model. For comparison, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has a battery capacity of 4,676 mAh, so this would be around a 7% increase, which is a big deal when we think about how long your phone can last during the day. While some people love slim and light phones, others just want a device that can go the distance, whether it is for gaming, streaming, or just regular all-day use without worrying about charging. This leak is exciting for those who want better battery life, even if the phone becomes a bit thicker and heavier. It is worth remembering that Apple used to be mocked for poor battery life. Back in 2014, Samsung released an advertisement showing iPhone users at an airport desperately looking for charging outlets and gave them the name wall huggers. It was funny at the time, but also a bit true. However, things have changed a lot since then. Apple has slowly improved battery life in its high-end iPhones, and this 5,000 mAh battery could be the best upgrade yet. People might now prefer carrying a slightly heavier phone if it means not having to charge it in the middle of the day. But Apple is not only focusing on power users. For those who want something slimmer, there is also the iPhone 17 Air. Expected to launch alongside the Pro Max, this model is rumored to have a battery with a capacity of 2,800 mAh, which is much smaller but allows Apple to keep the phone super thin and light. It could feel great to hold, especially for people who do not use their phones too heavily, but for anyone who wants a reliable device that can last all day, the smaller battery could be a deal breaker. So now the choice is clear. You can go for the ultra-thin design with the iPhone 17 Air or pick the more powerful and longer-lasting iPhone 17 Pro Max. Personally, if I were to upgrade this year, I would choose the Pro Max just for that 5,000 mAh battery. Long battery life means less stress, more time using the phone, and fewer searches for a charger. Of course, Apple is not the only player in the game. Some users might still consider Android options like the Pixel 10 Pro XL. What if Samsung's biggest surprise at Unpacked isn't the Galaxy Z Fold 7 or even the Z Flip 7, but a third foldable that's cheaper and more accessible than anything we've seen from them before? Just as people were getting ready for the usual two-model foldable launch, something unexpected happened. A slip-up from Spigen, one of the biggest case makers, might have just confirmed that a Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE is real and it could be launching alongside the main devices this July. For a brief moment, Spigen listed cases for the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and a mysterious Z Flip 7 FE. These listings didn't stay up for long, but they were spotted quickly by Android Central and tech watchers. What makes this leak stand out is that Samsung is using the 7 in the name, clearly showing this fan edition isn't an afterthought. Last year's foldable FE didn't include a number in the name, which led to confusion. This time, Samsung seems to be telling us this is part of the main family, just more affordable, and that makes things exciting. According to leaks and early renders, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE is expected to keep the same design as the standard model, with a 6.7-inch main screen and a 3.4-inch cover display. So from the outside, it won't scream budget, but under the hood, some things are different. Instead of the usual Snapdragon processor, the phone is rumored to run on Samsung's own Exynos 2408 chip. It might come with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. The screen should still offer full high-definition plus resolution and a 120 Hz refresh rate, so everyday performance might still feel smooth and sharp. But here's where it really matters: the price. Reports from South Korea say it could cost around 1 million Korean won. That's about 30% cheaper than the Galaxy Z Flip 6. If that pricing sticks for other markets, Samsung could be about to launch its most affordable foldable ever without waiting months after launch like they usually do with fan edition phones. That's a smart move. The market is getting more crowded. New players like nothing are offering sleek designs and powerful specs at lower prices. And with budget options from Chinese brands slowly entering the global foldable scene, Samsung can't afford to sit back. Bringing the Fed to launch alongside the Z Flip 7 and Fold 7 shows that Samsung is shifting its strategy. It wants to get more people into foldables right now, not just those willing to spend over $1,000. The idea of a foldable phone that's affordable, stylish, and part of the main lineup could be a game changer for users who've been curious about foldables but couldn't justify the price. This might finally be the right time. What if your next smartwatch could reflect your personality better than ever right out of the box? As we get closer to Samsung's big Unpacked event on July 9th, new leaks are revealing some exciting updates for the upcoming Galaxy Watch 8 series. And no, it's not just about better specs or faster performance. This time, it's all about customization. A recent software teardown has pulled back the curtain on 7 new watch faces, giving us a sneak peek into what could be Samsung's most flexible smartwatch experience yet. These designs were spotted in the Galaxy Watch 7 Manager app, which usually controls watch features, but this time it held a few surprises. Even though these features are not always guaranteed to make it to launch, they line up almost perfectly with what we saw in recent promotional images of the Galaxy Watch 8. That's why people are convinced these faces are going to be part of the final product. Let's talk about what's actually coming. There's minimal analog and minimal digital, both designed to keep things simple and clean, likely great for those who want something straightforward. Then there's the Sporty Classic and Heritage Classic, clearly targeting users who like the traditional look of analog watches with a modern twist. Interactive number seems like a fun one, possibly with touch-based features or animations. But the most practical ones might be Gradient Info Board and Circle Info Board, both of which seem to focus on showing important information like steps, heart rate, and notifications right on the main screen. It's not just about how the watch looks, it's also about how useful it is at a glance. That's something smartwatch users always appreciate, getting all your key data in one place without tapping through menus. And that brings us to the bigger picture. Samsung isn't only updating the software, the hardware is getting a refresh too. Leaks suggest the Galaxy Watch 8 Ultra might come with a new squircle shape, basically a mix between a square and a circle, which could help with more screen space while keeping the watch stylish. That means you're not only getting more face designs, but a whole new way of wearing them. This focus on visual customization feels like a smart move, especially when smartwatches are becoming fashion statements as much as tech tools. And if these watch faces are already built into the app code, it's a strong sign they'll be part of the launch. Of course, nothing is official until Samsung says so on stage, but with the event just around the corner, we won't have to wait much longer. If this leak is any clue, then Samsung is finally making personalization a bigger priority for its wearable line. That could be a big deal for people who want their devices to look and feel just right without downloading third-party apps.